When I pick my passengers up, I let them talk. And if it involves me, I'm going to jump in it. This one didn't involve me. This is that one time I'll jump right in on the conversation. And I think y'all might want to stick around and hear this motherfucker through. I picked up an elderly white couple in their mid to late 70s. Well the fuck to do. When I say well to do, we ain't talking hundreds of thousands. I'm pretty sure in the upper millions. Trust me on this shit here. They were here in New Orleans conducting business. In other words, getting rid of businesses that they own. Finalizing that shit. On their way to California. I just dropped them off the airport. To finalize the last properties they own in this country. How do I know? They on there talking to their daughter. She's in London on her way to Canada to dispose of whatever business they got going on out there. So now Unc is a little curious. I'm curious as a motherfucker. So I just asked and listen, I don't want to get in y'all business, but is something going on? I said, I know we talking about the war and all of this, and I hear y'all flying around getting rid of stuff. The wife didn't say nothing, but she looked at her husband, he looked at her. The man told me, he said, listen, all I can tell you is this here. Just get you and your family together. I said, sir, listen, I hear this on TikTok. I hear it all the time. I said, I know prices are going high. That man said, this ain't got nothing to do with prices. Just get your families in line. If you can, try to put things together to manage at least a minimum of 6 months to take care of you and your family. So I said, is it going to be that serious? That man told me, what's your worst nightmare? What's the worst thing you ever thought could happen to you? I said, well, I can't think offhand. He said, anything that you ever thought was the worst could happen to you, put that 10 times that amount. He said, listen, I don't tell you these things to scare you. And I don't want you to be afraid because there's no reason to be afraid. What's going to happen is going to happen. Now, I'm listening to this man telling me this shit. And he said, but, sit your ass, just get you and your family in line. So, I'm telling everybody out here, some shit is going on. Because these people here, trust and believe me, if y'all would have saw them, you know I'm not bullshitting about these. These motherfuckers is up there some fucking way. I don't know what the fuck they do. But I do know they getting rid of shit for a reason. And when that man told me a minimum of 6 months to get my shit lined up for that little time, guess what? A minimum of 2 motherfucking years. My shit is gonna be lined up. I don't give a fuck if you call me paranoid or hallucinating. I'm following motherfucking suit, and I think y'all need to do the same.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 31. And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead. Kol Holayim La, Al-Banawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah, Khodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. St. Luke chapter 16 verse 31. And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead. Now this is a parable talking about Lazarus and the rich man. But we can apply this to Israel right now because the mind state of Israel, one being actually a dead in the world, which is not physically, having no life in the body, just like physically being dead, cleaving onto the customs, the philosophies, not being quickened, okay, or quickeneth. Okay, look up those words, okay? Look up those words because that's what the Lord has done to the predestinated elect, which we hope and pray to be. He has quickened, okay? He has quickened or quickeneth, Salaki, quickened or quickeneth those lively stones, man. Okay, you can look up what that means. It's actually mean being brought back to life spiritually. Okay, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Okay, to understand what's going on, to have the answers, etc. Just to give you a little bit of the definition. Okay, but our people are not persuaded. First and foremost, they didn't listen to Moses. And they daggone sure did not listen to the prophets back then. And they're not listening to the prophets right now because we're giving you all the secrets. We're revealing and informing you of everything. Okay, we're not holding nothing back. Okay, as Paul also stated in the book of Acts, I have not sent to declare all the gospel to you, because we give you the whole road, the lamentations, the woes, okay, the bitter, the sweet, the glory, the trials, the tribulations. We give you everything, okay, because we're supposed to warn our people and inform our people, okay. But yet, again, you can have one of our people that's amongst the dead, again, not spiritually and mentally awoken. They'll say certain things to them, but they won't believe them. But yet, as you heard and as you saw, and as you still see in this video, when the Edomite said something, and he didn't even tell you what's going on. He didn't even reveal nothing about what's going on. He just said, get your family in order. You know, get 6 months of basically stacking up food, this and that, yada, yada, yada. But he did not tell them, or tell him, Salakia, what's truly going on. And that's just another way of showing you Jakes, you simple-minded Negroes, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, that this man doesn't give a damn about you. He won't even warn you of what's going to come. But yet the Lord has risen, activated, awoken, and planted his prophets to warn and inform our people. But they reject, neglect, okay? Don't hearken to the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, now let's grab this precept right here. This is the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13. And I'm going to go straight to the point, verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, because as you heard him say, oh, he's in between 60 or 70, somewhere around there, and they were rich. Okay, so you people really believe people that have a certain type of tax bracket, it's like a certain type of tax bracket in this society, has some type of actual knowledge. Now, we know, okay, we know and we see what we've been speaking about for so long, start with our elder apostles, elder bishops on down, okay, that in order for you to have a certain type of status, a certain type of tax bracket in this society, you have to be very corrupted, very evil, very wicked. It comes with the cost. Okay, but Sirach 13 verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. And that's what this Jake is doing. He listened. He took heed to it. And after he took the dropped them off, what did he do? He pulled over and he made a video to warn everybody else, because an Edomite, okay, that had a certain type of tax bracket, a certain type of status in this society, he's extolling it to the clouds. Oh, I done told y'all this, I done told y'all that, but an old white man, a Caucasian man told me this, told me that. But yet the prophets are giving you the whole blueprint, are giving you the whole game plan step by step. When this damn devil got in this dude's car, just said, prepare yourself. Didn't tell him nothing, just prepare yourself. And that's another intel to show you stupid Negroes, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, that these people don't give a damn about you. Didn't even want to warn you and tell you what's going on. But yet again, the Lord is telling you what's going on through his prophets, but you reject and neglect people of your own nation, man. Okay? They extol it to the clouds, but if the poor man speak, okay, which is the people of your own nation, the prophets, the poor man, which we're actually poor to society, but in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we're rich, man. We got the most precious thing on earth right now. That's the knowledge, the wisdom, and we've received the understanding that has been unlocked by Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, we have the true knowledge, wisdom on high from the Heavenly Father and his Son, man. We have the blueprint. We have the answers, man. We have everything we need in these days to come. Okay, Isaiah, I believe, 33 verse 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. So we're going to know what to do. We're not going to, again, also state in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, the day of the Lord is not going to come upon us unawares, man. We're being prepared, prepped. Okay? Continuing on. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? If he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. And that's our people, man. They don't want to hear with the so-called poor, man, the prophets, which are really rich, really have a great abundance, more than anybody on the planet. And but at the end of the day, man's goings are of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And the Lord has a controversy with our nation. Okay, roughly paraphrasing that out of Hosea. So the Lord wants to bring forth his wrath, his righteous indignation upon 2/3 of our people, which is overdue. Okay? Because our people are not spiritual, they're carnal. So they're not going to receive the things that are freely given to us from and by Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Okay, which is very precious. More than anything that you can think in this world, man. More precious than rubies, more precious than gold, more precious than silver, man. Okay? So this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2. I'm going to go straight to the point. And I'm going to read verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High. And this is an example of a natural man from our nation that's not predestinated to receive the things of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Because with you extolling the rich man's words, which is Esau, he's a carnal man. He's not Esau. The Edomites are nowhere near spiritual whatsoever, man. They're carnal. And why do you think Yahweh Shai stated, again, St. John chapter 8, verse 44, ye are of your father the devil. He abode not in the truth. Roughly paraphrasing, and that's 2/3 of our people, man. They are of their father the devil, Esau. And they abode not in the truth, man, because they're carnal. They're not spiritual. They are not given the things that's given to us from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is a true blessing, man. That you should not take lightly, man. Because at one point before we was activated, awoken to the truth, we were like this. We were seeking the answers. And to think that we got the answers from the adversary, the enemy, to really think that you can prep, you can flee Babylon, you can do all these things to avoid the wrath, the judgment, the trials, the tribulation, the affliction, all the things that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to bring forth. You can't escape the wrath, the hand of the Lord, man. Okay? Period, man. No matter where you go. Even if you leave Babylon, aka America, the Lord can get you wherever he sees fit, wherever he wants to get you. And guess what? You can't do and manifest your own destiny. You can't create your own path. The Lord controls your way, your life. Okay? 1 Corinthians 2 verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. So the prophet's speaking, the prophet's telling you this, the prophet's telling you that, because in the midst of that, you're getting rebuked. You're getting told what you should not be doing and what you need to be doing. And our people, as Yahweh Shai stated in St. John chapter 3, they don't like to be condemned. They don't want to come towards the light. They want to stay in darkness because they don't want to be reproved, rebuked for their perverseness, their corruption, how they conduct themselves, man. They want to stay cleaving on to the philosophies and the customs, the characteristics of this world. So guess what? They're going to die by those same characteristics. Okay? Neither can he know them. So they can't know them because guess what? The Lord has rejected them. Okay? Because they are spiritually discerned, man. The Lord is not supping with them and dealing with them. Now let's close out, man, because the point is made, man. I ain't going to spend too much time on this. I'm going to go to Proverbs because this is beautiful, man. Because you're being warned. You know, going into Ezekiel chapter 3, you know, we warn constantly. And the more we warn, the more the blood of our people is off our hands, man. We can't, you know, make you get this word. We can't make you receive it, man. It's all up to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in who he has predestinated and who he wants to receive this word, man. But a lot of our people that want to cleave on to this devil and reject and scoff and mock and everything else, I'm pretty sure, you know, I'm pretty sure New Orleans, he came across the word, but more than likely he rejected it. This is Proverbs chapter 1 verse 23. Turn you at my reproof, Behold, I will pour out my spirit onto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because again, the Lord is speaking through his prophets. And it's clear to us, but it sounds like a Charlie Brown episode to them. Wah, 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 wah. That's what it sounds like to them. It doesn't sound like a beautiful, beautiful melody, a beautiful, beautiful song. It doesn't sound like that Isaiah chapter 61, man. It's no comfort to the 2/3, man. It's vain. It's not beneficial. It's not profitable. Because Esau, they daddy, ain't saying it, man. But again, you heard his daddy tell him something, and he's excited to tell everybody else. He's excited to tell you niggas, you wetbacks, and you tree niggas what's going on. Because Massa said it. Your own people, man, them niggas don't know nothing. But when Massa say something, they extol it to the stars, man. Okay? If it ain't white, it ain't right. Alright? Proverbs chapter 1, verse 25. But ye have sought at naught all my counsel, you rejected it, didn't take heed, didn't hearken, and would none of my reproof, because you didn't want to change yourself. You didn't want to examine yourself. You didn't want to take heed to what was being, to the warning, to the mercy, to the compassion, to having a position to be considered when the Lord brings that wrath. To have mercy, man. Okay, verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me. Then you're going to call upon the Lord. Oh God, oh sweet Jesus, help me. This and that, blah blah blah. Lord, please help me. But yet you didn't want to take the Lord's help when he was speaking to you through his prophets, when he was telling you what to do. Matter of fact, hold that. I'm gonna grab this, Salakia, because we got the answers, man. We got the blueprint. We got everything that you need. Okay, this is 2nd Esdras chapter 7. I'm gonna go straight to the point. 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 21. For the Most High have given straight commandment to such as came, okay, because you come across this, whether it be on a social media platform or whether it be in the physical on the highways and the byways, man, okay, what they should do to live. So we give you the answers. We give you the cheat code, the blueprint, the instructions on what you should do to live, even as they came. Okay, even as you came, again, whether it be in the physical or on the highways and the byways or on a social media platform, and what they should observe, how you should observe, examine, okay, be circumspect, acknowledge, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. We give you the answers, man, but our people reject it, man. Okay? And that's why the Lord's going to put that belt to ass. And when the Lord put that belt to ass, it ain't going to be nothing nice. It ain't going to be nothing sweet. It's going to be all out judgment, all out bloodshed. Okay? Proverbs chapter 1, verse 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So the Lord, man, that's nasty work. The Lord has a excellent, marvelous sense of humor. So the Lord's going to bring the atrocity upon you, and he's going to laugh at you when you're crying, you're begging, you're fearful, you ain't going to know what to do. You're going to be stressed out, nervous. The Lord's going to laugh at you, man. That's cold, man. Because it's cold if you rejecting the Lord, man. It's cold how you going about things when the Lord is showing you mercy right now, man. Okay? I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, and when distress and anguish come upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, because the Lord is calling out for y'all right now to repent. But you don't want to answer him, so what's going to be the same? It's going to be the same reciprocation when you call upon him. Verse 29, for they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because you choose the fear of Esau, and Esau is just a man, the basis of men. You choose to fear the devil and not fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who's controlling the chessboard, who's calling the shots, who's sicking the devil on you. Verse 30. They would none of my counsel, okay, which is the prophets. They despise all my reproof, which he spoke to the prophets. Therefore, shall they eat the fruit of their own way, because you believe you can manifest and create your own destiny. You can bring forth your own answers when the prophets are giving you the correct answers, the correct standard on what you need to be doing. Okay? Therefore, shall they eat the fruit. So like it, therefore they shall eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. That's the end game. That's judgment. Okay, that's all out judgment to you simple-minded Israelites, man. Verse 33. But whoso hearkeneth unto me, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. And that's only for the predestinated selection that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has chosen before the creation and foundation of the earth, man. I don't want to rock this out. We be a part of those numbers, man. So, oh man, it's all predestinated, man. And the warning is going out. We're giving you the answers. We're telling you what's happening. The devil's not going to tell you what's happening. He don't give a damn about you, man. Point blank, period, man. But as we read in Sirach 13 verse 23, when the rich men speak, they extol it to the stars. But when the poor speak, which you perceive as your own people, but we're really rich, we have a great abundance, and we have what the Edomites, the Caucasians, the so-called white men desire, and that's the true knowledge, wisdom, understanding on high from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I don't want Ratazah. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the truth sincere Akim wa Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.